Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, The Glammed Rebel. I hope everyone's having a good day. Please like, comment, and subscribe for daily updates. Bold and the beautiful predictions. Bill goes crazy and Brooke's confidence. Brooke's self-assurance and Bill's irrational behavior are two of the bold and the beautiful predictions. Here, we're going to discuss the fact that Bill Spencer is now on a rampage and that Brooke Logan is quite arrogant. In addition to Sheila and Lee, we have forecasts for Taylor and Nick, as well as for Bill and Grace, Brooke and Ridge, and Sheila and Lee. Alright, let's dive right into it. Our very first prediction is that Taylor is utterly devastated by the fact that she will not be getting married. In this week's episode, Taylor reveals to Ridge that Brooke does have a future, but it is not with him but rather with Nick. To add insult to injury, Taylor reveals to Ridge that she will not be removing her engagement ring. We disseminated the information that was leaked from the Italian magazine several weeks ago. As you are aware. At the time when Brad Bell was allowing all of this to go unchecked, we had it translated and shared. When Brooke fell off the back of a boat the previous week, Ridge dove into the water and swam something like a quarter mile out to retrieve her. I don't know exactly how far he went. The distance that separated him from the boat was so great that it was almost absurd. Also, is it possible that Brooke is unable to swim? Anyway, Ridge went from performing cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, to placing his tongue in Brooke's mouth and expressing his regret that he had taken her for granted. It was something that will never happen again. And while he was kissing and caressing her, he made a solemn promise to put things right. And she was beaming with joy because she had finally achieved what she had been working so hard to achieve, which was being fair. Once more, however, ridges were passed from one woman to another without the other woman being given any indication that he was wavering in his commitment. With him, Brooke, and Taylor, things are going to continue in the same way. During this time, Brooke appeared to be overjoyed. One of the photos from the upcoming week features her with Katie, and it contains a spoiler. Moreover, Brooke has the appearance of the cat that devoured the canary. It is clear to her that she defeated Taylor and won back her boyfriend. Therefore, Ridge is obligated to reveal to Taylor that he is going to get back together with Brooke, and that this time it is truly the end of the road for the two of them. It is supposed to be Ridge's declaration that he will never again abandon Brooke. However, Taylor is not yet prepared to leave the ring at this time. Furthermore, I believe that she is going to experience a severe case of denial, which will eventually evolve into dread, due to the fact that Ridge made a promise to both Taylor and Steffi that he would not do what he is doing at that very moment. Unfortunately for Taylor, she had the impression that things would be different this time around. But Ridge is going to let her down once more. We were all aware that it was going to happen, right? Now, let's go on to our previous prediction. Nick is raging with rage. He is going to tell Brooke that their relationship is not over the following week in Los Angeles. It is there that he will go to follow her. As he pulls out an engagement ring and makes the proposal, he declares that he is still in love with Brooke. During the time when Nick was getting ready to propose in Italy, Eric tried everything in his power to stop him. However, the boat ran off the rails and he threw Brooke into the water. Ridge then played the role of a hero, and Nick appeared to be an idiot. However, he is not yet finished. When Brooke returns to Los Angeles, he follows her there so that she may make an even bigger fool of him. Nick desired for Brooke to be removed off the merry-go-round that Ridge had been riding for several decades. However, the fact of the matter is that Brooke is interested in being on that particular ride. It's not clear to me. It is not a prize, Ridge. Nevertheless, the heart desires what it desires. Moreover, when Nick takes out that ring, Brooke is going to politely decline the proposal, as is only natural. I have my doubts that he will be able to handle it well. I anticipate that he will be really angry. In addition, he might have some things to say to Ridge about the way he took advantage of Brooke's feelings. I would not be shocked if Nick presented Brooke with a choice between two options. The phrase, "this is it," is an example. You must choose me, or we will be done for good. I shall not inquire once more. I, too, do not wish to continue riding on this ride any longer. Indeed, it is irrelevant what Nick has to say about the topic. Ridge will continue to be Brooke's companion. Now, if I'm being completely honest, what I'd actually like to see is Nick and Taylor leaving town together in a huff to kiss each other's wounds and flip middle fingers at the people who have broken up with them. This would be the ideal scenario. However, I seriously doubt that we would be able to acquire something that is so enjoyable. My guess is that there will simply be an "oh," and Nick will be angry and Taylor will be crying, and that will be the end of it. Grace Buckingham is annihilated by Bill, according to our third prediction. In the preview for the next week, Bill makes the statement that B is going to pay, but he is the one who really uses the term. To put it simply, I won't say it. Disobedience is not tolerated on YouTube. As a result, Dr. Grace Buckingham is not going to have a particularly pleasant week. Now that he has come open to Liam, he has surged at her with rage in his heart. Finn has manhandled her, and Hope has slapped her. On social media, I have seen some angry criticism about Grace, a black lady, being surrounded and intimidated by 3 white individuals, regardless of the reason, and some are especially upset that Hope smacked her. I will state that I have seen some of these comments. In terms of history, I will mention that Hope slapped Felony Flo Fulton, the woman who assisted Reese in stealing her baby Beth. I will say this because I am aware of the past. However, despite the fact that I was of the opinion that Hope's physical assault was excessive and possibly not justifiable, a significant number of supporters are describing the entire situation as racist. And I will say that I have the impression that Brad Bell is rather tone-deaf in general when it comes to matters such as that. Be that as it may, take it for what it is. This coming week, Grace is going to have additional encounters. Despite the fact that she stated on Friday that she would report herself to the authorities, she is scheduled to return to work the following week. As soon as Bill is made aware of the unfortunate truth that Liam has revealed regarding the drugging, the manufactured cancer, and the $1 million swindle, he goes absolutely insane. In the coming week, Bill is going to be furious, and he promises to make that pay. In both her personal and professional life, I have no doubt that he will make an effort to bring Grace down. Bill makes his way to the hospital in order to threaten Grace, and things are not going to go well. Brooke and Ridge make a public announcement on their reunion, which is our 4th prediction. The following week, Brooke declines Nick's proposal, and Ridge tells Taylor that the ring she is wearing is no longer significant because he is back with Brooke and he is not going to let her go again, regardless of how much she loves him. After Brooke and Ridge have had these difficult conversations with their other loves, it is time for them to make a public announcement about their reunion. Brooke and Ridge should let everyone know about their decision. There is no way that Brooke will slow down. In addition, I have a strong suspicion that Ridge will not care too much about the fact that he humiliates Taylor in public, because he did not care when he humiliated Brooke in public. Ridge is missing a sensitivity chip, let's face it. Ridge is missing it. The Bridge reunion is going to be celebrated by a large number of people, and they're going to slap it in the faces of those who they have dumped. Katie is going to be overjoyed about this. She was already kind of in Taylor's face about Brooke the previous week, so I don't think she's going to have any trouble adding salt to the wound. There is a good chance that Donna will tell Taylor, "I told you so. You should now get out of my house and pack up your garbage." It is going to bring Will Spencer a great deal of joy for his Aunt Brooke. Furthermore, I find it hard to image Taylor remaining in the area to watch Brooke and Ridge finally arrive at their destination of a happy ending. Also, I can't wait when Steffi returns this autumn so that I can see how she reacts to the fact that Brooke and RIDG are getting back together. Lee and Sheila are involved in a plot, which is our 5th and final forecast. As for the spoilers for the following week, Sheila will question Lee why she rescued Luna. Due to the fact that Lee never responded to Sheila's inquiries on the location of Luna's burial or the dispersal of her ashes, Sheila has had a sneaking suspicion that something was amiss for some time. After that, Sheila saw that Lee had dropped some of his medications, and she began to suspect that Lee was using narcotics as a means of coping with his sadness. Then, however, Sheila did some stalking, just as I had anticipated she would, and she discovered Lee with Luna, who was holding Komio. In the next week, Sheila will inquire about the reason why Lee did it, and I believe that the grandmas will realize that they are all on the same page from that point on. My best guess is that Lee will tell Sheila, "I would appreciate it if you would leave me alone with Luna. Please go away." However, Sheila is not going to have any part of that. Furthermore, I am assuming that she will remind Lee that she was a nurse in the past and that she will want to share the responsibility of providing care with Luna. Because Sheila is unable to tell Deacon the truth, it will be difficult for her to explain to Deacon where she is at, even if she is there for hours every day. He has disdain for Luna. If he finds out that she made it through, he will be devastated. And now that Sheila is aware of the truth, Lee will not have much of a choice except to put her faith in Sheila and let her in on the secret, or else she will run the risk of revealing her secret. I am grateful to you for being such a devoted listener. Feel free to share any video requests in the comments. I'll try to make a video about it. Stay connected with the Glammed Rebel for all the latest updates, spoilers, and deep dive recaps. See you in the next video. Stay safe and healthy. May God keep you safe. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell button for daily updates.